evening and happy Thursday. Happy Tuesday. Oh my gosh, I'm used to working Thursday nights. Happy Tuesday. I am Janie Daly, and I thank you for joining me. I'm starting early because I just wanted to advertise a couple things first before I actually get started on my show this evening. Um, Again, I'm Janie Daly. I am your psychic life coach. I actually do coaching. I am a nurse. I do everything. Seriously, there was a point when I started doing this work that I was like, I have to have a focus. Like, yeah, some people with their animals, you guys, I'm really good with animals too. And I can talk like this now because I'm proud and I'm blessed. And I'm blessed to have a close relationship to God. I'm very blessed about that because now it was always kind of like, secret because you don't want people to think you were weird or. But also, and then, like, when I was little, it was like, "Oh, that's the devil," or, "Ooh, you're a witch." So I would keep things secret, and that goes, "There, Miss Kim, welcome. Thank you for joining me." I'm getting started a little early. I was just gonna, like, advertise some stuff, but I'm saying too how, um, it's nice to be able to, and this is tonight what we're gonna talk about also, be happy with who you are. Be grateful for who you are. Be grateful for your gifts. Anybody tell you, "Oh, you sound so conceited." Oh, stop. I feel better, like, saying who I am and what I do, and I'm good at what I do. I'm good at what I do because I love what I do, and I find I feel blessed. I feel blessed. I've met so many wonderful people here and on the other side. And history was horrible in school. I was not good at school, but these people taught me history. So, I mean, Gettysburg, not pretty good up there now. I can kind of show you some things. But anyway, okay, it's 7:30. I guess I'll just wait. But anyway, yes, I am hoping that, you know, I just want this new year to be new beginnings for everybody. Good new beginnings. It's a time to stop. We'll get into for other things, but anyway, I'm going to get started. And so, Kim, thank you again for joining. And then also for those that will be joining me later and listening to this at a later time. I always say that if you are here listening, whether you're here now or whether you tune into it later, it's meant for you. That means you're a light worker. So I'm going to say greetings to my light workers. My light workers, I love this name. What do you think? Janie's beloved black sheep. Hello, hello everyone. Um, hey, I say the black sheep because me personally, I love black sheep. I love sheep, but also, um, can't tell you how many people I have met that have been like, "Oh, I'm a black sheep of the family," and it's supposed to be like, you're the bad one, you're the different one, you're the least respected one. Get it? We're different. We are different. And really, everybody's different. But don't be afraid to be different. Don't stand out on purpose. You know what I mean? To try to make yourself like look foolish, but be proud of who you are and be proud of your different gifts. You know, stop judging. Stop judging. You're not supposed to judge other people, right? Kindness also. Kindness is key. So it goes in your life too, judging yourself. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself some credit. Call yourself out when you're wrong and think about what am I going to do to change that or to make it better and do it. But don't keep falling into the same, hello, Miss Karen. Don't keep falling into like the same patterns. I'm sorry, Karen, I got started a little early. I was just going to do some advertising, and then I saw beautiful Miss Kim there, and I started talking. Um, but anyway, yeah. So the black sheep, that's what we are. We're different, and black sheep are beautiful. So you are beautiful. Okay, you guys, I am actually going to talk about getting older. Mhm. I'm going to ask to please subscribe now. Please subscribe, hit like, and share. And if you are an animal person, then put one of whatever your favorite animal or any animal in the message section, the emojis, put it in the message. I'm going to say I'm believing most of us here are animal, if not all of us here are animal people. Um, it's interesting what I want to say tonight because I find with animals, I'm just going to like pop into it. People in my tier, we're older. We are older. Okay. We're older people and it is different. The world is different. You know what I mean? It's different and it's always going to be different. But, some people like to drink cocktails. Some people like to smoke weed. Some people like to do major exercise. And then there's some of us just like to adopt an animal or two. And everybody has to do something for comfort to make themselves feel complete. I can tell you, like, I've always loved animals, always. My brothers will vouch for that. Like, even as a little kid, I would find the homeless cats. You guys, I was telling this story, and I really wish I remembered this wonderful vet's name. But I don't know if you guys are seeing YouTube and like the drugs on the street, and I think it's called xylazine or something. They're making the drug addicts into like zombies. They literally are like, I don't know, this one guy's like looking in the trash can, and that must have been when the drug hit, and that's it. He's like literally hanging in the trash can. These people look like zombies. Well, when I think I was 12, I was living with my dad and on Greenmount Avenue, and I had a cat that I found, and I kind of was sneaking her in the house. My father worked weird hours, and it was just myself and him. So I got, I'm sure he saw the cat, but he knew that I loved animals. But I knew that I needed to get her fixed, and I knew that she needed shots. I also knew I didn't have money for that, and I definitely knew my father was not going to pay for that. So I walked up to the vet, Greenman Avenue, with my cat in tow, and I asked for an appointment. So I just speak to the vet, and he said, "Okay," or the girl said, "Okay," and whatever. Went and told him this vet was wonderful. He says, "Miss Janie, follow me," and I was like, "Okay." So he's like, "So what do you need today?" So I tell him I found this cat. I think that she's not fixed because when I got her, it looked like she had kittens, but the kittens weren't with her, but her body was a wreck. And I said, and I just feel like she doesn't feel good and she needs shots. And I said, but I don't have a job. He goes, well, what are you doing? I go to school, but I do babysit. So I will pay you. This might be a while, right? He goes, you know what? Follow me. So he walks me into the exam room and he says, now I'm going to make you a deal. And I go, okay. He said, I will take care of this kitty. I will fix her. I will give her all of her shots, trim her nails. I'll do whatever I have to do for her. But you have to promise me something. I said, okay. So he went over and he picked up, I think it was like PCP back then. He picked up this drug and he says, never, ever touch this. I don't care who tells you to try it. You promise me now that you're never going to mess with this, and I'll take care of your cat." So, of course, I was like, what is it? What am I promising to? And he told me. He told me that it was an animal tranquilizer. And at 12, I was like, why would people be using that? And he said, always have that curiosity. And I hope that you never have to find out. But I don't want you ever to try. I said, okay, that's not a problem. He'd say 12. I'm like, yeah, I don't do drugs. It's like, anyway, so, and he did. He fixed my cat. So, isn't that nice? That's really nice. Um, Also, you guys, for those of you that are here, don't worry about what people are doing. Don't even worry about it. I mean, they're probably very immature, maybe has some issues, but you don't want to like really mess with people like that. It's okay. Just they'll be okay. They'll be okay. Just ignore them. That's the best thing to do because here we're talking about nice things. And when people go in and say really bad things to other people, I do believe in karma. I really believe in karma. Okay, so on that note, don't worry about them. Okay, so, but with animals, also with the animals, now I noticed like older. I mean, you guys, we're older now, right? We're older. And we can't do the same things that we did when we were in our 30s and our 20s, 30s, 40s, and we don't have the energy and we have different priorities. I'm going to speak like for myself here. I find that as I've gotten older, um, I have a service dog, but she's not really a real service dog. But when I was really sick, I had Lily. Lily was so easily trainable that they allowed me to use her as my service dog. I could take her in when I got prescriptions. I could take her into the testing centers. When I was waiting for test results, she was allowed to come in and wait with me because it was just me. It's not like I had somebody who could bring with me, right? But when you have a close relationship like that with an animal, they become like not like your kids, because they're not your kids. But there's a special bond. I know, right, Kim? Yes. God love her. But there was one time I was going in because I've had like pancreatic issues. And no, you guys, it's not from alcohol. That's always the first thing. That'd be the first thing I'd say to a new doctor. I have a genetic pancreatic disorder. It's genetic, not alcohol related. But anyway, with Lily. So anyway, I had this pancreatic condition and I had to wait for a test. I had a test done. And they were let me know if I had cancer or not. So I just had me. I mean, my parents passed away when I was young, and I have kids, but the kids have their lives, so, and they weren't exactly older. They were still teens, early 20s and stuff. But and I didn't open up to anybody because I didn't want people like, like feeling sorry. I didn't want all that stuff. And Lily doesn't ask questions. Lily just goes along. So yeah, so I was able to bring her with me to get the test results. It was so nice because I'm literally sitting like on the floor next to Lily, and like I have my head on like her, and it was so comforting. I wasn't scared at all, you know. But the reason I'm saying this is one of the things that I have with my family is my passion for animals. My home is clean. My home is organized. It doesn't smell. I don't have 50 billion. I have one dog. I have one dog. I have Ellie Mae now, but because Lily has since passed. But it's my best friend. You know what I mean? She is my best friend. I go everywhere with her, everywhere. And I'm training her now to be like a service dog. And with the service dog, because Lily was like this, Lily liked people, but, and Ellie is more strict. With your service dog is there to protect you. And when you're tired, is to get you away from whatever is dragging your energy, get you home to where it's safe. And that's what she does for me. And she's my bestie. And when I'm sick, I'm home with Ellie. When just for everything. You guys understand, right? Like we all have, we love animals. But I don't know. When I was supposed to see my daughter, oh my gosh, some of my choices, and I do have to find assistance for when I do want to go away because I do want to see my family, obviously. But I went to a couple places to look, and it's like big crates, rust in them, and like, no, no, couldn't do that. I would never be able to relax on my trip. But I guess I'm asking too for the kids out there to kind of give your parents a break. Like we're older. We're not the 30-year-olds that can drive 2 hours away one way to do something, especially if it's late at night. Because now at nighttime, it's a little harder to see. It's not, again, it's not like we were the road warriors in our 20s, like, oh, I'll be there in 30 minutes, not a big deal. Drive all night. It's good. But it's not good if somebody is driving alone, you know? It's not safe. So it's like if I guess I'm just everybody else kind of feel like this, like our kids kind of still look at us like we're in our like 30s and 20s and 30s and like we can do as much stuff and it's like we can't. We just can't. But anyway, older parents rock though. So you guys, oh my gosh. I found out something with Miss Jeannie. You ready for this? Okay, so Miss Jeannie, dear friend, in the 70 range. And I say that because this issue apparently has never happened to her before. But you guys, I've been telling everybody this. I'm really going off topic here, but this literally just popped up. So I'd love to share it because it may inform you, help you if you need this information actually. I don't have like all of the facts. I still am researching it, and she is as well. But everybody's been tired. Everybody I talk to is like, I'm exhausted. I just can't get motivated. I'm exhausted, or my ears are hurting. A lot of people, have like sinus issues, but a lot of people too have been having dizziness. And that's scary. I mean, because the first thing you do as an older person, you go and you're checking your heart, of course, your blood sugar and everything else, but still, when you are dizzy and like you can't, you feel like you're going to fall down and you're exhausted and you're grumpy because you feel horrible. Check this out. He takes a picture and sends it to me, and it's of the clouds, really thick clouds. And she says, as soon as I took this picture, I started to get really dizzy. And then she was like down for the count. Like she has not been feeling well. And if you notice, you guys, we've been getting a lot of storms. And on the East Coast, this is really bad too. They actually said California wasn't too bad, but they said like the East Coast, Florida, really bad. What it is, it's like it's crystals in your ears. And there's certain exercises you can do to get them to move. But I'd never heard of that before. I was new to me. So, like I said, I am still, but it's due to the barometric pressure storms. So, you guys, yeah, I mean, here we're all thinking, oh, there's water in the ears. So let's go ahead and let's get, let's get an antibiotic, take some Mucinex, take this and take that. And no, no, he's taking something for the dizziness. Yes, something for the dizziness right now. But anyway, I just thought that was interesting. So that's one of the things you don't really know, but technically, because I was showing her, yeah, it's severe vertigo, severe. Like to the point too, she's nauseous, severe. And all of the symptoms were kind of comparable to what happens if you're having heart issues. So that's why she got to the doctor right away. But yeah, yeah, it talks about like Washington State is a good place to be. Um, Somewhere like in the northwestern part of the states, California. And that's the first time because whenever I say, "Oh, I love California," everybody's like, "Grr." But this time it's good. Yes, Karen, that's exactly what it is. That's what it is. They're crystals. They're little crystals in your ear canals. It's crazy because I can honestly say this is a new one for me. It's something like BVVP or something. It's got four initials. I'm going to check more into it. But anyway, I wanted to share that because a lot of people have been complaining about vertigo. And vertigo, you guys, it's dizziness. And I mean, because it can be serious. You know what I mean? So, prayers to you, Miss Jeannie. I'm hoping you're feeling better. And I did want to say too, for you guys coming and listening to my channel, thank you so much. Um, and I keep talking about this, how we are different. We're just different, but it's a good different. And you always want to continue to be that way. So kindness, kindness is huge. Even if you are tempted to say something, don't. Because if it's something that's going to hurt somebody's feelings, don't do it. And kindness, if you're somebody who's like kind of grouchy and you're used to being, it's practice. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so just practice. The reason I'm bringing this up too is Thanksgiving. Happy early Thanksgiving. It is coming up, and there's so many families that are fighting. And that makes me so sad. I've just find in my life, if I don't agree with somebody on something, okay. It's not like I'm getting married to the person. It's not it's not like we all live together and we all have completely different views. But everybody seems to think they know what the other person's thinking. And you don't. You really don't. You don't. You guys, it's amazing to find out. Like, cause when I do my readings, okay, and I'm doing, like, family counseling, it's they'll okay, like, the person will tell me why somebody is mad at them, and I'm like, "That's not what I'm getting. I don't feel like they're mad about that at all." And then when I say what it is, the person's like, "No, really?" Yeah, lots of times it is. Lots of times remember, always remember, hurt people hurt people. Does it make it right? No, no. And I know there's a lot of people that are like, I'm sick and tired of always being the bigger person. I'm tired of always having to be that person. You know what, though? I understand your point. I get it. But just remember this, when it's time for you to go home and you're sitting with your maker and you guys are doing your life review, you're going to remember those times that you were a bigger person and you're going to be like, Ace that test. Woo! Because remember, it's about soul perfection, which doesn't happen here, doesn't happen here. With each life, you're working on soul perfection, So when you go and do the review, you want to see that you got everything done or a lot of the things done that you came here to do. If you don't complete it, you got to come back. And it's like, I mean, not with the same people and everything, but of the same capacity, the same lessons and that kind of situation. So, with some people, you're just not going to win. But who's really winning? Who's really winning? The person that can say, you know what? I'm not going to be mad. And remember, too, forgive. You may not forget, and you shouldn't forget lessons that you've learned. Obviously, we're all here to learn lessons. But forgiveness is important for you. Now, selfish, right? But it's true. No breast cancer, no cancer, headaches. Get it out. You release all that stuff when you forgive. But when you hold anger in, don't. You'll make yourself sick. Now, anger doesn't help. It doesn't help. It helps no one. I can tell you this also, when you have two people that have been arguing, okay? And if you just come in and say, you know what, let's just have Thanksgiving dinner together and let's talk about stuff that's funny. Let's laugh. And don't feel all weird. Don't feel like, oh, she owes me an apology. Forget all that stuff. Go and just be like, you know what, this is gonna be fun. And remember that your deceased loved ones, your grandparents, they're watching. And they're going to be like, oh, come on, just smile. Oh, come on. And remember your life review. You want to pass. I say that with love, you guys. I don't mean to, I'm not, it's a learning process. It's not pass or fail. I'm just saying now, it feels good. I'm sure it feels good when you're standing there and, or your soul is there. And, and let's say Jesus is saying, look at everything you accomplished. And he'll say, look at what happened because you did things this way. But first, let me show you what may have happened or what would have happened if you would have done them this way. And he shows you that way first. And it's horrific to the point where, like, you are literally like in pain, in tears, and you feel so bad because you held on to something because you didn't know things about this person. You're just going off what you think and what you feel. But you didn't handle things that way. 'Cause then he says, and this is what you did by offering forgiveness and kindness. You made a difference in someone's life. You made somebody happy. I mean, you guys have no idea sometimes when people go home, you know? You don't know that you could be talking to somebody who's thinking of ending their life. But just because you looked at them and you smiled, and you go, "Hey, you look pretty tonight." It changed everything. I want you to think about that for the holidays. Please think about that for the holidays. Kindness is key. The way to be a good Christian, be a true, real good Christian. Be kind. You're arguing with somebody, need to have like a peace treaty, a war or whatever, you need to have treaties and all that stuff. You just go and you have, hey, how you doing? Oh wow, look at your hair. It looks so good. I haven't seen you in a while, blah blah blah. And just from there, don't look in the old. Because you're not the same person that you were 2 years ago. And neither is that person. Okay. All right, you guys. So for that, oh yeah, the initials for Jeannie's ear issue is B P E V. Yeah, you guys, it's really interesting because I had no idea. And it's crazy to say that, like, she did say that. After she took that picture, she sent it to me and she said, "This is when I started feeling it." So, Jeannie, good observation. Good observation. All right, you guys. Well, I love you all. I do want to, oh, wait, I forgot this one. My Gmail address for a reading is on my page here, my YouTube page, but it's janiedaily@gmail.com. Um, gift certificates. Gift certificates are 65 for an hour up until Sunday evening. So from now till Sunday evening, order a gift certificate. You guys could change someone's life. Remember, we always think that we know, or you might think you know something, everything about somebody's life. Not true. Not true. Follow your gut. If you feel that somebody needs help, get the certificate. Anyway, I want to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for being here and for listening, and for those that are doing the rewatch. I appreciate you guys. And I send to you all many, many, many angel blessings. Good night.